Yo, what up? It's Stitch Gang, the tour part 13 for the week. I am your host, Frank Rodriguez, here as always with my co-host. He is a black belt in the Chris Latrell fighting system. He can really fight. He also DJs all across the Southwest as DJ Trillioshan. If you need someone for your strip club or your birthday party, from Santa Fe to Scottsdale, this is your guy. Tyrone B. Gay, how are you?
I'm great, sir. How are you this fine evening?
Very good. I'm recording this just before packing up for a trip, and looking forward to talking about this shit. And our special guest this week, he's one of the pillars of rap Tumblr back in the day. I think the peak was like 2011 when I was checking that shit and reblogging everything, and everyone was, it was like a big family on there. You know him as at Yayo Dancing on Twitter, yayodancing.tumblr.com. He's one of the founders of the original No Jumper, which I used to write for, which is a great freaking website. George Potter. George, how are you?
Yo, what's up, man? I'm good. And if everyone sticks around till the end, I'll give you all Adam 22's phone number so you can harass him.
Yes!
So this week we're talking about the brand new mixtape from Atlanta-based, we're not sure where he's from, YSL's Gunna, Drip Season 3. We talked about on the grab bag on episode 11, I think.
Yeah,
we talked
11. Yeah, 11.
Yes, on episode 11 we talked about Almighty, and this is the tape surrounding that song. Yeah, it's very cool. I think you guys were into Gunna before I was. Like, what do you think about him in general?
I first heard him on, I think it was an old Thug mixtape, and I wasn't really sure what to think of him at first. Like, I haven't really been big on a lot of Thug's like proteges, like Duke. Duke had some like good verses and shit, but Gunna's the first one that really feels like a fully fledged artist. I think that's the Thug has signed.
And he sounds so. I guess I've listened to this a few times, but like when you're listening to it, you'd be hard pressed to say that it wasn't Young Thug. Certain tracks, you can tell he really admires Young Thug and tries to do him, kind of harmonizing in his ad libs. It's like, but once you listen to this tape a few times, especially since you have the two Thugger verses on here, you kind of get to know him, and you're like, okay, that's actually Gunna. Like, it's not just a Young Thug wannabe.
And honestly, I kind of get weird, like, Saw Baby vibes. It's kind of weird, too, like, just based upon, like, a little bit of the spacey production. But I feel like, yeah, the Young Thug comparisons are definitely there for sure.
Oh, I was going to say, he's definitely not as experimental as Thug is at all. He's a lot more of, like, he's more streamlined, I would say, because Thug is just out there half the time. And he takes that aesthetic that Thug has, and I wouldn't say he dumbs it down, but he makes it a lot more accessible, I feel, to like the average fan.
Yeah, I mean, he probably, I would maybe say he flattens it out. A lot of these songs, I thought just didn't have a tremendous amount of momentum and dynamism. They're kind of just like a lot of rapping, and that's just not like. That's not just the songs that sound like Young Thug either, but yeah, he I wouldn't say he innovates on anyone's style. He's just pretty good at doing different styles. I think he sounds like Future on a few of these tracks too.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Mm-hmm. Actually, so Almighty, like, I don't think I mentioned it in the grab bag, but like that, it took me back to old Future. That's like why I love that song. It's kind of just just the drenched in the auto-tune effects and kind of just very wordy and like dead-eyed.
The old astronaut status vibes.
Yes, definitely.
Back when Future was an astronaut. Sure do miss those days.
I kind of do. Well, more people will come along and replace him in my life. But the astronaut days were very special. So yes, any nostalgia that can be generated for that is gonna feel good. So yeah. Oh, also we should say this is executive produced by Metro Boomin. Actually, the first thing you hear on the whole tape is the Young Thug Metro tag.
We're never going to be able to escape this guy.
Yeah.
I don't ever foresee us losing him, to be honest.
Which is it's cool because like now I hear his beats and I'm like, yes, okay, this is a Metro Boomin beat.
Yeah.
Is it mainly because of the drums, honestly?
No, I mean just compared to the other beats on here, it's more experimental, like, and it sounds like samples. And then no, the drums, yeah, I guess the drums kind of sound like everyone else, but there's like a couple producers on here who have different drums, don't have like the same drums as Metro. So yeah, part of it is the drums, but I think I just get his whole vibe now of it's kind of a lot of samples and a lot of sort of more ambient type beats.
I love his sample choices, like especially in Car Sick. I don't know what that samples, but that beat is just so nice.
Yeah.
I just wish Nav wasn't on there.
Yeah, I was about to reference a tweet of yours.
And that's like the first thing I think I texted Frank about when I was listening to the tape, was just like, God damn it, why is Nav on here? Like,
hey, no, wait, but if you're going to praise the beat, Nav is also a co-producer on that track.
He is a co-producer. I did notice that.
Mm-hmm. So maybe he chose a sample or something.
Yeah. Have you seen his Coachella performance? Nav's.
I would
Coachella?
never watch anything that Nav does.
I didn't know what he looked like until I was randomly streaming like a Coachella like channel or whatever, like a live feed, and I saw it, and I thought like two things. I thought, wow, this is what this guy looks like. Wow. And then like it's like the most like,
tell us what he looks like.
He's like an Indian guy, dot not feather, and he had like a bowl cut, and he had like these crazy glasses, like crazy like thick rim glasses, and like this like Alone jacket or V-Lone or whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah, V-Lone.
And he's just stands there and like raps, and he's monotone. He stands there. It's like the most boring shit I've ever seen. His feature is definitely cringy. It caused me physical pain. Like I like recoiled listening to it, and then I started getting this twitch in my eye. It's not good, but it seems when Metro does these projects, he'll bring his guys, 21 Savage, Nav here. You're a big fan of 21 Savage though, right, George?
Oh yeah, I love 21 Savage.
Yeah, but
I didn't originally get into him like on his earlier stuff before Savage Mode, but ever since then I've just everything he's released I've pretty much been a fan of, especially that a No Warning mixtape of Offset last year. That was really good.
Yeah. Nav, this verse. Well, he says, "I ain't healthy, but my pockets they're in shape." And I was like, "What?" He's kind of like inverting the fat pockets or fat wallet thing there. I don't know what it means for your pockets to be in shape.
Maybe it's just like a real firm wallet.
They're healthy.
That's how much money he's got in there. That it's like firm,
a healthy amount.
Maybe he has a modest stock and bond portfolio, and like he has healthy investments or something. I don't know. Oh my God! Also, he says not every superhero got a cape. It's like, man, I don't even know what that was about.
And then he says something about how he smokes backwoods, but he doesn't vape. And it's like, dude, Nav would be if I imagine someone that vaped, it'd be Nav.
Yeah.
So yeah, Nav, that's a low light. But
it's unfortunate because that beat is hot. Like the production on that track is so good.
I like that beat too. It's my favorite. Yeah, and I liked a few of the Metro beats on here. But
my
actually,
favorite song is the Metro beat for sure.
Oh, which one is that?
Pedestrian.
I think
that's my favorite.
That's your favorite?
Yeah, that's my favorite.
That's one of the more distinctive tracks on here, I thought.
That hook is
the song after Car Sick, My Soul. That's a Metro beat, and I really fuck with that one.
Yeah. Um.
I like Gunna on there too. I think he does a good job on there. Although, I mean, I feel like Gunna could be more personal. Like, it seems like he's gonna write a song that's like really personal, and then he just brags the whole track, and you're like, okay, that's cool. You know, he doesn't quite take that from Thug, because Thug is like super open.
Yeah.
Even
he's all about like the homies and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, actually, I thought like My Soul was kind of I liked it like at first. There's actually like some sort of synth hit on there that's really cool, but then it just got kind of repetitive. But yeah, you're right. Gunna is not. Maybe that's why. Like I was you know, like maybe on my third listen of this tape, I was just thinking, what are any of these songs about? I don't know what any of them are about. They're just a series of rapping and verses.
It's about the
that's
drip.
Not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing necessarily. Yeah. I mean, I love rapping just to rap, especially if someone can rap well. I think Gunna is a quite a decent rapper. It's just, you know, you definitely don't want to compare him to Thug too much, especially even on here, because like whenever Thug shows up, he absolutely kills it and steals the whole show. You know, especially on King Kong, where he's like a part of the beat and he's got those like shrill cries in the background. That song is amazing.
That was really cool.
Absolutely amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. That like that wail kind of upstages Gunna by itself.
Yeah.
But
Thug is like really on point on here. On his 2 guest appearances.
I didn't. I liked the latter Thug. Feature. Okay, yeah. I like
that one.
That one was
that
awesome.
was really good.
Yeah,
it's like continuing that like guitar-driven production that Young Thug brought into play on Beautiful Thugger Girls.
Yeah, that song That song I always like when I first hear the acoustic guitar. I expect like a Charlie Shuffler drop, the dude who produced for Lil Peep. I just expect to be like Charlie Shuffler. Yeah, that beat is awesome.
And you had something to say about the chorus on that song,
yeah,
right? And some lyrical content there?
The lyrical content, yeah. He says, what is it? He says, too many fags, too many bitches on the chorus. Actually, when I was listening to this yesterday, I had to take a break because that shit pissed me off so much. Like, how it's 2018. How are you saying this? I mean, it's not even like hidden somewhere. It's repeated like throughout the song. Oh man, like I don't
Maybe
even.
He's a big Offset fan.
Yeah, right. I mean, he's been on tracks with Offset. So like, wasn't anybody following the news? Executive producer Metro Boomin, weren't you paying attention to
all the controversy surrounding their fellow Atlantean?
Cardi B having to come out and say she doesn't know what queer means? You know, aren't you like at least? I mean, paying a little bit of attention. Yeah, it sucks. I mean, like, I don't really care if people are homophobic or have bad opinions, but they should probably just know that it's not that people don't want to hear that shit anymore. You just shouldn't be talking. You just shouldn't be saying shit like this.
It's weird because it was so ingrained in rap for so long. I'm glad that most people have stopped using it. Speaking of 21 Savage again, he dropped at least 2 homophobic remarks on his last album, which are every time I hear the songs, because I like both the songs, I'm just like, oh man, I really wish he wouldn't have said that. But you know, it's been ingrained in rap for so long that while I hate hearing it, and while I hate, you know, someone like Offset defending it, at the same time, it's not really unexpected to me.
Yeah.
I don't know. It is very weird to hear now, especially since most rappers have gotten rid of that lingo. They've eliminated that, but
you know what's funny is that while you were talking about how it's almost been ingrained in like rap culture, I don't know why I thought about it, but I just, and this is real like suspect, but I just thought about how even Immortal Technique dropped the hard F in one of his songs. Like, I forget what it was about, but I just remember thinking, like, Jesus, dude, like, how are you going to use this word and then, like, preach about something right after? It's like, come on, man.
Yeah, I mean that doesn't surprise me. I mean that's fine. I just feel like it's 2018. People are trying to be, no one is in Atlanta in the studio not trying to be the biggest star they can be. And if you want to be a huge star, you shouldn't be saying fags. Like Lil Yachty's on the end of this. He's a very self-aware guy. Like he put like two gay dudes kissing on his album cover, I think.
It's really weird that he says that on a song with Young Thug.
Right, yeah, I thought the same thing.
That's really
the gayest mainstream rapper there is.
Well, yeah, you actually said the same thing over a text conversation, and then I just kind of mentioned that, like, Thug's also, pretty guilty of saying a lot of homophobic shit as well. But it is a little bit interesting considering, like, he does sort of gender bend, and he himself does say that, like, gender is like an invention when he's been, like, talked to about his clothing choices and what have you. But it still is surprising to do it on a song with Young Thug. But I mean, I'm kind of on the side of I wasn't surprised. I don't expect Gunna to be very aware of these issues, but it doesn't mean I don't like hearing it, It doesn't mean I like hearing it, rather.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it doesn't mean it's not whatever. I'm not, maybe I got pretty pissed, but it's not like I stopped. I was like, we can't do this show on Gunna, whatever. That's enough.
I just imagined, like, Thugger being in the studio being like, whoa, man, chill. Like, you need to change that line. And then, like, being like, yo, I can't. And then being super, super bummed about leaving it in,
Too many bags would have fit. Too many something. I don't know.
Well, he also says something in the Drippin' song, too. He says, no gay shit, my clothes is tight.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay. Tiny pants. All right. Well, let's talk about what's good about this this tape. I would say still my favorite track is Almighty. Even listening to the whole tape, I'm just in love with that song. And I guess yours, Tyrone, did he say Pedestrian?
Yeah. I think that run from King Kong to Pedestrian to Lies About You to Mistress, even to Carsick for, like, the production's sake, and My Soul, is a pretty solid run there. I think it was between Pedestrian and Mistress for a while. Because, and even Lies About You, it's like there's just some gnarly hooks, but I think at the end of the day, Pedestrian's what I think it's my go-to for sure. That hook is just undeniable.
Yeah, the hook is it's one of the more distinctive ones on here. I really like that too. Yeah, that's a Metro Boomin beat. I think there's a sample on there. It kind of sounds like a soap opera theme, like from the 80s or whatever. It's really cool. What was your favorite, George?
King Kong.
King Kong, yeah.
Definitely King Kong.
I mean,
I saw Richie South produce that. I'm not too familiar with his work, but definitely check out more of his stuff now. He's got a lot of beats on here.
Yeah, this is mainly Richie South. Turbo has a few, and Metro Boomin are the main ones. I love Turbo. Turbo's pretty good. Like, a lot of the tracks that I really liked were Turbo tracks.
He produced a song with Uzi, right?
Let's see.
Yeah. At the hotel, yeah.
I really like Uzi on that song.
I love Uzi on that track. I kind of thought
I don't know who Young Jordan is, but
yeah,
at least he's on at the end, and I can just be like, okay, next track.
I mean, I thought Young Jordan even kind of outshined Gunna.
I thought Gunna had a decent verse.
You thought so?
Yeah.
Okay. But
I think I was just surprised by Uzi's verse because it was pretty versatile. It's not like
What I'm totally used to hearing when I think of Lil Uzi.
Keep in mind that Uzi used to be like basically a battle rapper, and he only changed his style so he could come up. Like, he was super lyrical back in like 2011, 2012.
Yeah, I don't really go back that far, honestly, with Lil Uzi. I think
Was his name
my
Lil Uzi, or did he have like a more woke name?
Yeah, he was still
Or woke name.
he was still Uzi. I don't know if he was. I'm pretty sure he was still Lil Uzi Vert at the time, and he had a lot of Young Thug and Lil B influence at the time, actually. But at the same time, he had that Philly style, you know. He had some Meek Mill in him.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, I should go
interesting.
back and listen to
That's
the.
intriguing. Yeah.
But yeah, the his like ad libs that are like throughout the song, like they're on the chorus, are they're really distracting. They're kind of like you're kind of thinking, oh, I can't wait to hear Lil Uzi Vert. I think he's on this one, and then you just have Gunna like doing his Gunna thing.
I thought it was going to be a situation like with Jeezy on I can't forget which Kanye track he's on, but it's like featuring Jeezy, but it's only really just his ad libs throughout the entire song.
So that's what I thought was going to be.
Can't tell me nothing.
Thing. Yes, that's it. That's the one. Yeah.
Overall, I think like Gunna is very talented. Like he can make like really good songs. Like I think Pedestrian and Almighty, and actually the Dripper Drown remix. I actually haven't heard the original, but I thought the Dripper Drown is some of his best his best rapping.
Yeah, I really like Dripper Drown. I mean, I prefer How Yachty, but it's a great song.
Yeah. I would prefer if Lil Yachty put him up on some wokeness. That's what he should have done instead of ruining a perfectly good song.
He needs to introduce him to Logic. We'll see what happens from there.
No one needs introduced to Logic.
I considered buying a "Make America Great Again" hat after I saw his Grammy performance. And mind you, I'm a Native American man, so that says a lot.
Yeah, so it's weird that I hope this is the end of drip season, or if drip season doesn't come back around, because it seems like you said, George, like there's not a lot of personal stuff. It's sort of it seems like his whole mixtape discography is built around the drip metaphor. I've never heard anyone else talk about dripping, so I don't know if he invented that.
Oh no, there's a lot of dripping.
A lot of drip.
Lil Yachty has a song called Drip Set on his Summer Songs Volume 2, I think.
Oh yeah, and there's a mixtape.
I'm pretty sure Thug and Future both have talked about dripping for some time.
Yeah. Okay.
He mentions
it's definitely a big part of the hip hop lexicon, as it has been at least for the last 4 or 5 years, I'd say.
Yeah. Because he mentions in an interview that I think a song from Thugger Girls was supposed to be, or Jeffrey was called Drip, and that it was called eventually Drip Season, and then he ended up using the name Drip Season for his tape series. So I wasn't aware of it either.
Oh, the Floyd Mayweather song was supposed to be called Drip. Yeah. I guess I just never. But like that's his. It seems like that's his whole shtick, and it seems like a very. It doesn't seem like a very solid foundation to build your whole brand on. just saying drip. I mean, it is. I mean, it's. Yeah. So I would also like more to get I would like to get more of an insight on his personality and what he's actually like, rather than just.
See, there's some songs on here where I thought he was going to open up, like, you know, we talked about My Soul already, but also like the beat on Toast Up. That's like so. I don't know how to say it really. It's so like. It's kind of majestic, and it feels like something. Like the beat itself resonates emotionally very well, but then Gunna just goes and brags the entire song. Like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I actually really like that beat when I first heard it too.
Yeah. Why are you dripping?
Yeah, that beat had I liked. They had some sort of like synth with some sort of like underwater kind of rippling effect. I wish I knew the way to describe that sonically, but yeah, and then the pianos on there too. There's like a lot of pianos on this album. That gets a little repetitive too. But he
gets a little. He opens up a little bit too on "Money Don't Change You," but it's like it also is like a showcase for him to like talk about dripping even more so because, you know, the money's not going to change him, you know.
Yeah, you don't need money to drip.
I mean, just, you know, won't sell your soul and money don't. I mean, that's like, it's confessional, but it's not like, we need details, you know, it's in the details, right?
Even the details don't. I wouldn't say like. Let's look at Young Thug again for a second. Like Young Thug is a very visceral artist, and even when he's talking about stuff that doesn't matter, it still resonates so well just because of the way he delivers it. Like if Gunna would just lay off the confidence for a while and just put more emotion forward, like if he were able to somehow take that from Thug, I think it would work better. Like there's just so many songs Thug has done where it doesn't seem like he's talking about anything, but the way he delivers it makes you feel something.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like if Gunna could do that, it would work better for him.
Well, that's the whole thing. It's like, you can be saying anything, but if people don't want to listen to it because it's not delivered in a compelling way, then it may as well be not interesting, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And since we're talking about like trying to get a better idea of who he is as a person, I actually found an interview that he did last week, or maybe a week or so ago, on the Gary V audio experience, which is I guess it's a podcast hosted by this Gary Vaynerchuk dude who's like some entrepreneur. And in researching him a little bit, I saw that he was on the Joe Rogan Experience. And it's really weird because this dude doesn't seem like he really fucks with rap at all, but he just has him on his podcast, and his podcast has like over 1 million subscribers. He doesn't really reveal much in the interview as well. Granted, like the audio quality is real shitty, and all Gary Vaynerchuk does is more or less talk about how his lyrics inspire him and kind of like promote a message that he feels is like positive, which I didn't quite get when I was like you know, listening to the lyrics a little bit more in depth, because it's like, it's not necessarily negative, but in his interview, he talks about how he praises Gunna's lyrics for being super positive and I guess encouraging. And it was like, I don't understand where you're getting that. You know, like I kind of want to like tweet at him and be like, yo, what are you talking about? Do you have examples that I can reference?
That is so random. I've heard of him through Joe Rogan. I've probably just seen him on like as a guest and skipped over it. But I don't know. I mean, people find the unabashed capitalist, materialist view in a lot of rap inspiring, and it's kind of good because it's like, you know, a lot of,
look at the old Young Jeezy albums.
Yeah,
like he was basically a motivational speaker, and he was talking about the same shit everyone else was. It was just the way he was delivering it,
right?
And you know, I don't think Gunna's a Young Jeezy in 2005 or anything, but I can definitely see how people can be inspired by these lyrics. But I would feel the people that would be inspired by this wouldn't be someone that knows Joe Rogan and has a successful podcast and shit. I feel like the people that would be inspired by this would be kids that have nothing, you know. This would inspire them to go out and become like Gunna, like any, you know, capitalist rap music does. You know, it makes you want to live that life.
So, Frank, you're saying that you're not interested in dripping? Is that what you're saying, sir?
I mean, I guess I'm not interested in drowning, so I guess I should be interested in dripping.
Don't get lost in the sauce, man.
I'm going to look into dripping. So yeah, but I don't want to
drip or die trying.
But yeah,
maybe that'll be the title of his next tape. Yeah.
But yeah, I don't want to be excessively critical because I think he is like really talented. I've listened to Almighty like 40 times or something, so I'm looking forward to more. And yeah, if he's like one of the artists that Young Thug is developing, I feel like that's a pretty good pick. Oh yeah, by the way, our giveaway. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. So I got an extra. So I bought a 3-6 Mafia shirt the other day, and I got an extra one. So I want to give it to one of our listeners. So this is what you do. If you've listened all the way here, thank you so much. And go to the show's Twitter So twitter.com/stitchgang. And then if the contest is still active, you'll see in the description contest active. And if it's not there, then it's someone has already won. Follow us, tweet a link to the show, and then DM the tweet to Stitch Gang. And then after like a few, I'll pick a winner, and you can get a size large 3-6 Mafia shirt. And if that's too big for you, you can have my medium shirt, but I already wore it. So if you don't mind having a slightly used 3-6 Mafia shirt, you can have a medium. Do that. Just go to Stitch Gang. Just tweet the link to this show and DM Stitch Gang. And you can win a 3-6 Mafia shirt. And
Is
also
it the long sleeve? Did you get the long sleeve?
No, this is the
Oh.
this is a t-shirt.
I was just gonna say let's not air this, and I'll just take that shirt because I can wear a large now.
Oh, you can wear a large now?
Oh, your boy's been putting in the miles, dude.
Congratulations.
For sure. Yeah. I'm wearing a shirt from 5 years ago that is loose on me now. So
Nice.
Yeah.
Goals.
that's what's up. Fitzbo.
So yeah, do that.
What about the other piece of the giveaway that we mentioned earlier?
Oh yeah, Adam22's phone number. It's 555 Adam 2269.
No, I'll give everybody his phone number. Hold on.
This is good. We need podcast beef.
Yeah.
We wanted to beef with Joe Budden, but I'm pro Joe now, so we should beef with Adam22.
I saw an Ebro interview with Saw Baby.
Oh, go ahead.
By the way, guys, it's 281-330-8004.
Yes.
All right, dude.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up.
Whenever you call him, just be like, "What's up, Mike Jones?"
When's that new album coming? Soon, I hope.
So subscribe on Apple Podcasts. You can find it in the description of this show. I'm going to California for a couple weeks, so I think we'll take a little time off. But in general, enter the contest. Tell your friends. Follow George on Twitter at Yayo Dancing. If you're still on Tumblr, yayodancing.tumblr.com. Yeah, we look forward to hearing more from you, George.
Well, thanks, man. I should be doing something soon. We'll see. We'll see how all that goes.
See you next week, guys. Peace.